Oh, yeah. I was looking at self-dealing, buying and selling, buying securities on insider information. Yes. As you go through the lawsuits, those that are oaths of office that have sworn, they promised that without me having to pay them, that they would actually enforce the laws of the United States, the Constitution of the United States. And I'd emailed some homeless coalitions and free legal clinics trying to get some pro bono help. But I'm going to have to go through the actual buy and sell of every security of all of those that I'm suing. All the judges and justices and those that are corporate counsels and those that might have been helping themselves to some insider information. Now, it seems like in the top secret fish family of those that don't enforce the Constitution, they like the insider deal where they self deal and they help themselves to whatever they want because no one actually enforces the laws of the United States. Now, as you. Oh. Wouldn't that be something to get sued for insider information? Some sort of corporate counsel or Supreme Court justice that has to know who's on the other side of every trade? Cuckoo, cuckoo. Now, I was real serious about wanting to purchase those stock exchanges, and you would have thought somebody would have enforced my constitutional rights before now, but as so often happens, those in law enforcement decided that they just weren't going to do what they get paid to do. Now, as we look at the securities owned by every lawsuit, every liability, some of them might own some pink sheet securities or some penny stocks. Or they might have known somebody in the family that had them purchase some little known stock that has virtually no market capitalization. And they thought, well, I happen to have some insider information. This thing's going to go really fast. I tell you what, it's going to go way up. If once people find out how good it is, it's going to quadruple. I mean, you could get 1,000% on your money if you were to buy this stock today. Now, when you went through the indexes that I requested, yeah, and you went through all of those that hacked, because I'm the hacker. I reverse hack all of those that have been hacking the desktop. I just wanted to know the other side of every security trade of all of those that I'm suing because their sworn oath was not enforced. Now, trading on insider information is difficult to prove unless you have a supercomputer that knows the exact second that you bought a security, happens to know what the security was, and then can look at the other side and see who sold at that millisecond. Now, as you run through the exchanges again, yeah, let's go ahead. I just want to know for every oath of office that had to purchase any securities, did they buy any little known stock that only the family controlled the float of? Now, let's say you're a sheriff of XYZ County. I email you, say that the protection order wasn't signed, I wasn't given actual notice and opportunity, and I'm homeless. I can't afford to spend a couple $100 to get you to enforce the laws of the United States. And nobody believes that all these lawsuits and liabilities have any real strength to them. But once I get done going through every security owned of every lawsuit in the world, when you invest in a little known company that nobody really knows about, and then all of a sudden you make yourself 400% in a month, it makes me wonder who bought the stock from you. Now, market manipulation's difficult to prove, unless, of course, you got a supercomputer. Just Gonna work on self today. Thinking of new ways to imprison as many oafs as possible. I'm gonna want those rights today. I'd like to work on someone else's problems instead of just my problems, okay? I spent a lot of time working on my own personal problems, and it'd be nice to have my sons. I'd like to know, where is Marilyn and her 6 kids? I'd be willing to work on their problems. So if you can give me all the insider trading of every oath of office everywhere in the world. I just want to know, who'd you buy that stock from? And then who'd you sell it to?